And we are live. Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday. That means it is time for another live draw stream. I am your incredibly sexy and talented host, Todd Wanish, and coming to you from, I guess, I don't know if I call this Adult Fantasy Headquarters, but I guess you could call it the Adult Fantasy Library, because I pretty much live in a room full of books and toys and other stuff that my kids will have to deal with when I'm dead. So, welcome. It has been a really good week. So, I'm going to give you guys a couple of updates really quick. What can I share with you? So, this week behind the scenes of Adult Fantasy, it has all been about the website. So, we are counting down the clock. We haven't released an official date yet for the NFT, but it's coming close. We have an internal deadline. And what we're doing is we're testing it, right? So we're working internally as a team towards this internal deadline. And if it looks like we can meet it, which we are so far anyway, knock on wood, then we'll release it publicly for you guys for the drop and for the mint. We're doing this so that we can make sure that we don't have to push it back at all. Although you never know, we're also looking at partnerships and stuff like that. Anything that we can do to really get the word out. So things can change, of course. But so far, production-wise, we're right on schedule. We're burning the midnight oil. I think I was up till 2 a.m. drawing characters and working on card structure and all this cool stuff. What can you guys expect this week? This week, like I said, has all been about the website and getting that ready. So any day now, we're just waiting on a couple of different elements to come in because we're really putting some effort into the website to give you guys as much information as we can possibly give you onto what the project is, how it works, all the technology behind it, all the new inventions we have behind it. For those that know in the Discord, you know that we've done something special for this project in that we've created new technology. There will be press releases on that coming soon, so you can learn more about that. We will release the press releases and get the word out as soon as the website is ready so that people can read the press release and then come to the website. We'll also have a white paper that's coming out. So white paper is pretty much ready. Website is almost ready. Just have a couple elements that we're working on, some animation graphics actually, so that you guys can actually see what it is and how it's going to work and try to answer all your questions. So that is coming any day now. I believe we can have it done this week. That's the goal anyway. Sometimes with technology, it might get pushed back a day or two, but we're pretty close. And so when that happens, I'm expecting you guys to be very excited because we're doing some new stuff here. So I think it's going to shake some branches in the NFT world. So what are we going to do tonight? Well, we are going to draw something that was requested by you guys, something that was mentioned last stream, and then we've been talking in the Discord as a group, and it seemed like there was a lot of interest in doing some kind of Dexter's Laboratory, Classic Cartoon Network, Powerpuff Girls style character, even if it was derivative, right? So I think, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting names, but it was asked about like, well, can you drop a Powerpuff Girls NFT? And I was like, well, I could, but I mean, it would only be like a fan art thing because I'm not the creator of Powerpuff Girls. I worked on the bumpers and stuff, but I didn't create it. And I should bring up names. Who was it? I'm going to pull up names. I'm looking at the Discord right now. Oh God, Discord's deep. All right, I'm not going to go through it. It'll take me forever. But it was also said that it was a really good idea. Someone mentioned on Discord that, hey, why don't you just do like a derivative, some new character, but in that style? That'd be pretty cool, and everyone would know it'd be from you. And that's actually a pretty cool idea. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And as always, I have one of my closest friends, my compadre, the apple to my orange. Andrew from
apple to your orange.
I don't know, man. Just whatever comes to mind. Andrew from Misfit Corner Comics. Andrew, how the heck are you?
I got some weird ass friends, man. I tell you what.
Andrew also lives in a room full of comics and books. But that is different because whereas I just keep them on my shelf, Andrew actually sells them. He has one of the best comic shops in Florida. And it's the only place that I shop anymore because the deals are just out of this world. And he actually, one of the things about growing up with somebody is that you tend to have the same tastes. So Andrew's collection happens to be my collection, right? Like it's the same tastes.
Very similar tastes. Yeah,
the same taste. So if you're down in Jacksonville, Florida, you should check out his store. I don't know if Andrew, feel free if you want to give out your address. Go for it now.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Google it. There you go.
Yeah, you gotta be there to start. So if you're nowhere near in that area, it's not worth it. But
it's true. I keep trying to tell him that he should do like a mail order business, but we'll see. One day I'm going to get you to do this mail order thing. So, all right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to open up my third screen here. Look at this. Boom. We got a nice tablet. By the way, check this out.
You going to tell them about your new toy?
I will. I got a new tablet. So if you guys have been here for the last couple streams, you saw that we drew a character called the Rays, and I was drawing him in. I'm going to always call it I'm always going to call it Flash, but Adobe now has bought it from Macromedia, and now they call it Adobe Animate. It's a classic animation tool. Just it's part of my own history. We were the first ones. I was like I was the first guy to actually bring Flash animation to broadcast television, and then it kind of took over all cartoons for a long time. Still is really heavily used. I was really happy about that, and I've just used it. Funny story, I was actually against it originally, but it turns out it was the right decision. And history is what it is. So I want to stick with that, but I was drawing with an old school Wacom tablet, Wacom. I don't know. No one knows how to pronounce it. And just pulling my lines was really slow. So what I ended up doing is I got a simple drawing tablet. So we're going to test it out. I've been working on it. It's great. Has definitely saved a little bit of time, which is awesome. And it came with this nifty glove, which is really cool. Right. So I didn't go with Cintiq. I actually went with Huion. It came recommended as an alt to Cintiq, and it was way cheaper, and it's just as good. Whatever. I got the 16-inch. I'll probably down the road. I'll probably get the big one because I have an animation table over here that has like a nice. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick it out, but it's got like a nice animation disc size. It's like I don't remember. It's like a 12 field, something like that. But it's a little bit bigger than a 16-inch screen. But I'll probably move into that later on. But all right, let's get going. Let's jump in. So here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna swap over to here. We go.
Tell me what you're gonna do.
So yeah. So here's the deal. I am gonna draw a derivative of. Well, so here's a fun fact. So Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory actually are the exact same style. It was done by the same guys. They just switched roles. So in Dexter's Laboratory, Genndy Tartakovsky was the director and creator. And Yoko's here. Hey, Yoko, how you doing? Awesome. So Genndy Tartakovsky is the creator and director of Dexter's Laboratory, and he also did Samurai Jack, and he also has done Primal and a bunch of other stuff. He's freaking awesome. And what he did here, Drew, I'm going to mute you for just a second, buddy, because you're got a little feedback. That style that he created for Dexter's Laboratory was also transferred over to his friend Craig McCracken for Powerpuff Girls, right? And so the interesting thing is if you look at the credits, Genndy Tartakovsky ran Dexter's Laboratory because that was his show, and Craig worked on that. And then on Powerpuff Girls, Craig ran that show, and Genndy was like executive producer. So it's really the Powerpuff Girls are certainly in a distinct style because that's McCracken's style, but the humans in that world really look similar to Dexter's Laboratory because they were working with kind of the same style. So I'm going to work with that style. We're going to do kind of like a Dexter's Laboratory Powerpuff Girl style. It's going to be Ruby Thursday says cat. Andrew's very happy about that. So what I'm going to do is pop in and start working on. Let's see. I'm going to start working on the drawing here. So this is my tablet, and I'm going to unmute you, Drew, so we can have a cool little discussion while we do this. Let me just move my cursor over, unmute your ass. All right, there we go. Oh,
I got it. I got it.
You got it. All right, there you go. All right, so how you feeling, buddy? How was your week, man? So tell me what's up at the comic shop.
Well, the week's only half over, so we're
Mhm.
getting closer and closer to the weekend, which is my favorite time. So we had a project at work come up on Monday,
Mhm.
and it's one of those ones where where my boss says, "All right, we got like a week to do this. We'll take our time. We'll get it done right. We'll make everything work out well."
Mhm.
And then on Tuesday, the craps hit the fan, and it needs to be done by Thursday, and all of a sudden everything's falling apart. So
Okay.
we had a good time with that all day today. So
Wait. So that's your work though. But
that's the work, yeah.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that. How's the comic shop doing?
I don't even think about it till the weekend.
See, that's dedication for you.
No, that's prioritizing.
It's,
You know?
Is that what it is? It's prioritizing. Was there a so Tucker says, Mayo says, was there a catastrophe stream? I don't know what a catastrophe stream is, but I'd love to hear more about it. He says, yeah, gosh, regular cat. Yep. The cat is a bonus. The cat is a bonus.
He's free to anybody who wants him.
I will tell you, man. So we were working last night, and I was pairing with so pairing is a fancy way of saying at working with somebody, right? So I was pairing with one of the guys on the team. I was pairing with Flint the Barbarian because he's doing like awesome stuff, and and we're sitting there and we're minding our own business, and all of a sudden we get this like Discord ping, right? So everyone knows the Discord ping. It's like ping, ding, ding, ding. It's like, I don't know. It's a really specific sound, right? And we're kind of freaking out. We're like, what is going on? Like, he's like, dude, is somebody like spamming our server or something? And I'm like, I don't know. And so I go over and I start like looking at our server, and I'm like, I don't see anything. Like, I mean, it just was like ding, 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 like just rapid fire. And I was like, what is going on? And it turned out it was not it was not our Discord. It was a Discord that I'm actually a member of, like a I'm in. And I don't know how much I don't want to jinx anything because it was like not a fun story, but basically like this other project was in the middle of like just destroying itself. It was really hard to watch. Basically what they were doing was like there was two sides of the team. There was an art side and a there was an art side and there was a business side, right? Business people, the marketer and the founder, and then like some artists that they had hired. I don't know all the details. But what had happened was the artists, I guess, did not like the pitch of a new product they were doing. Like, I guess they had talked about doing an airdrop, and I guess the artists thought it should be free to holders of the NFT, and the business people thought it should be like paid for, and so they were just going like okay. So that was the start of it. By the way, I feel like I should mention like what the hell I'm drawing. So I know it looks like Dexter. I'm starting with that Dexter style a little bit. But what this is going to be is I'm actually going to just play with a little bit of a self-insert, if you guys indulge me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a character that's kind of, a little bit of a play on myself inside of adult fantasy, like making stuff. So I just kind of, it popped in my head. If it's too cheesy, you guys can totally tell me. But that's kind of, you'll see, like I think I'm going to start with a Dexter, kind of like a Dexter start. And then I'm going to move to a little bit more of a.
Oh, it's definitely cheesy.
Well, yeah, it has to be, right? It's kind of, kind of my forte. Kind of what I'm known for. Anyway, um, Yoko says you're making your own fan character. Yeah, I'm totally doing that. I'm absolutely making my own fan character. So I was like, you know what? What would I look like as like this? Mayo says it's all Gouda. Awesome. Right on. Jacob Schiller says, wait, are you one of the animators for the Powerhouse bumpers on CN? Yes, I am. Absolutely. All the classic bumpers, late 90s. Yeah, from day one, pretty much all the way to like 2003, something like that. Yeah. Yoko says, I'm here for this. Ruby Thursday gives me a laugh. I'm cool with that too. Right on. So self-insert, you got to do it. That nose is actually too small. I got to redo that. So yeah. So anyway, we're looking at this. We're looking at this blog or a blog. We're looking at the Discord, and these people are like just blowing up, like ding, 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 ding. And we're just like, actually, I should just redraw it this way. And we're like, what the hell is going on? So we go over there, and what's happening is these guys are like, the artists have posted basically saying that the project is on hold. We're not going to do anything. The project's on hold. Da 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 da. And until we're not going to do anything, the project's on hold until we figure this out. And then the creators, or who I assume are the I shouldn't say creators, the owners of the project, the people who kind of run it, were like, this was posted without permission. Everything is fine. We're hitting our milestones. Like everything's good. And this is like a big project. Like these guys have a Discord that's like 26,000 people, which is like, to me, that's massive, right? I think that's a huge Discord. And so,
are you telling me the artists started to sabotage the project?
They did. Well,
wow.
Here's what was crazy. What was crazy is they didn't know they were sabotaging it. They didn't know. So what they were doing was they were posting like, oh, we're gonna, this is about the art, the artists, and we want to make sure that the artists get their fair share and all this kind of stuff. And meanwhile, the creative, I shouldn't say creative, the founding team, the business side, is posting like, this is posted without permission. We're hitting our milestones. Everything is good. We're like, we sold. I mean, this is a group that sold out, right? Like they sold out. Like they're doing great. And they were just like, look, everything is fine. Don't worry about it. We are discussing some things behind the scenes, but like everything is good. And what was happening, the reason we were getting pinged, I was getting pinged like nonstop, is that the creative team, the artist side, was deleting the messages. I guess they had admin privileges. So they were deleting the messages of the business side, and the business side was then trying to delete the messages of the artist side. It was a freak show. It was so bad. And of course, I gotta fix these glasses here. Getting so many pings, like it just drew, like everybody came, because you're getting pinged, like it, you got 20,000 people that are getting messages like ding, 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 ding. Like, so everybody shows up and everyone's like, what the hell is going on? So they ended up doing a Twitter space. Like the poor community manager, who did a fantastic job, was like, I don't know what's going on. This is a great team. Everything is good. We're holding it together. They were just really trying to like, people are like, guys, you got to get this shit together. Like you can't, like, this is kind of a rule for all of you guys. If you're an artist, or you're on the business side or whatever, and you're looking to like, and you're thinking about like doing like a project, like you got to make sure that every project has issues. Okay. And this is not an NFT thing. This is a business thing. Every single project is going to have some issues. It's just we're all human. You know what I mean? Like you try to do everything you can to make everybody happy. But at the end of the day, we're all human. And this is like, it's a lot of work, and there's high stakes and all this kind of stuff. Like you do your best to like, at least like, if you have a problem, just like handle it behind the scenes. Because what these guys did, what these artists did, is like, they basically FUDed their project, right? So FUD means fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? If you create FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt in your project, it's pretty much dead, right? Because nobody's going to want to invest in that project. because, or at least certainly it starts to make people feel like maybe they should be careful with their money, because people are spending their hard-earned money on your stuff, and like if you can't get your stuff together. So what was it really interesting is that like is that these artists had posted thinking that they were going to get sympathy from the community. And what ended up happening was the exact opposite. Like people, and this is not, and everyone on this call, or most people, if you've collected NFTs for a while, you know, like people are spending their hard-earned money on this stuff, and it's about like growing a community and all this. Like these guys, like people were pissed. They were like, "How dare you bring out your dirty laundry? Like how, you should talk about this behind the scenes." Like really taking it to the artists, which was really interesting to see. Because I don't think artists really know sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying, Andrew? Like, I mean, we know this. Like, artists are not by nature the best business people. One of the things that I found in my career is that like artists always saw me as the business person, and business people always saw me as like somewhere weird in between of like an artist and a business person. So it was hard when I was younger. Now it's been a massive benefit. But does that make sense, Andrew? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah. But every time I see something like that happens and it gets a lot of attention, it makes me wonder if any of that was planned.
Maybe.
Where they got together and say, hey, let's start drama because drama gets attention and see if we can promote ourselves in the long run by doing that.
Maybe that's actually not a bad thought. I would say that if that's what these guys are doing, it's a horrible. I mean, in this space, in the NFT space, like one of the challenges, I think. I mean, this is something that one of the reasons why we've taken so long with this is like there's so much that fear, uncertainty, and doubt is a legit thing. And I've been on projects. So it's called being like a rug pull. So rug pull is like when you've had the rug pulled out from under you. And traditionally it means like, traditionally it's only been out, that word's probably only been out a year, but traditionally in the NFT space, it basically means like, it's like if somebody sold out, there was like a big sale, and then the founders came on and said, haha, screw you. Like it's, we're just taking your money or whatever. Like it's called a rug pull, right? It's basically like, stealing, I guess. Although I guess, I don't know what it is. It's not really stealing, but it's just dirty. Like it's just people being assholes. But like, in this case, what usually happens though, and I've actually been a part of a few of them, like where I've invested, I've spent my own money, and then like I've had the artist come on. Like I was on one where the artist came in and said, like, yeah, we're arguing with the biz dev, and I've decided that I'm just gonna hand over the keys, and I'm not gonna be a part of the project anymore. You guys can do what you want. God bless. And I was just like, oh no, like, and what immediately happens? Like people just start selling, right? People just like dump the damn thing. Right? Tucker says, Mayo says, that's a bold move. They're starting drama for promo. Yeah. I mean, they definitely look, they certainly, the whole drama was about this promo, whether like the artist wanted the drop to be free. And I guess the BizDev people wanted it to be paid. But I would hope that there would be a better way. Like, why don't you just ask? You know what I mean? Like, hey, everybody, do you think we should do a pay drop or a free drop? Like, if there was really a debate about it, you could figure out a way to do it.
You know what the people's answer to that would be. So,
yeah, free, of course. But, well, maybe. I don't know. I mean, but then if there's a question about it, you should also, if the artist had like a genuine say in it, then you should like consult them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a part of the problem also lies in the fact that if you're hiring artists to do your project, they're not 100%, involved is not the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean. They're not 100% at stake in what happens.
Well, that's the other question, right? Like people were asking, like, well, who's the founder? I mean, this is also why, like, we've been so open about who we are and what we're doing. I mean, that's why we're doing all this stuff. It's like, or at least right now, it's like I've been doing this for 20 plus years. Like, Like this is, if I wasn't doing this for NFTs, I'd still be doing this for NFTs. You know what I mean? Like I'd be doing it for something. So like they were like, well, wait, who's the artist? Are they, turns out they're in Korea, so they might not speak English that well, which is fine. But there's people were like, they immediately hopped onto this Twitter Spaces to have this conversation, and it was hosted by the community manager, and people were like, why are we here, and where's the team? And they had to be like, well, they don't speak English that well, and which again by itself is not a big deal, but you gotta, I don't know, I think I prefer to be straight up. Like most of our team is pretty obviously who we are, and the only reason there's like I think one or two people on our team that are a little hidden is because they're either a lot of people are working full-time jobs, and especially in different industries where they might not be super enjoying like NFTs, because NFTs are kind of taken over, so they're kind of seen as like a competitor thing. You know what I mean?
Well, some artists, as long as they're getting paid, if the project fails or doesn't fail, it doesn't matter to them, as long as they get paid. But that's kind of crappy.
Yeah, it was really bad, and I haven't followed up, and I'm not going to mention the name. I don't want to trash. I mean, I'm talking about it because it's something to talk about as I draw, but I don't want to I don't want to hurt anybody. Like I feel very bad for this team because they did a great job. Like the project is not my cup of tea in terms of like the art style or anything, but that's just personal preference, they did a great job. Like they launched, they delivered what they promised on. They had a roadmap. It seemed, I mean, supposedly from what they're saying, like they're going to hit all their goals. Like it's a successful project, and I don't think the artists. I mean, it's a fail. It's a fail on everybody. It seems like I'm just kind of knocking the artists, and I'm really not. Like, it's a failure on everybody to like, why wasn't this figured out beforehand? You know what I mean? It's crazy, but tis the way of NFTs. I mean, there's other stuff going on in these NFT projects that I can, just because I'm like, I've been around, like I can tell that they're having issues with things, but they handle it. Like there's a really popular, and again, I don't want to give too much away, and I'm not knocking other projects. But like there's a team, and I'm not going to say who it is, but they announced something, and they're like one of the top projects, and they announced something, and the minute they announced it, because I happen to have a background that's kind of associated with it, with the comics and animation stuff, I was like, that's not going to happen. I was like, how are they going to do that? My instinct was like, well, how do they do that? They have they basically announced they were going to deliver something, and that delivery involved a partnership of a certain type. And again, I'm being cryptic, I know, but I read that and I was like, how are they going to do that? Like the partner, I know the partner company, and I was like, they take forever to do this thing. I was like, how are they going to deliver this? And I was like, but maybe who knows, man, maybe they got a special deal, I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking at this on Twitter like everybody else. And sure enough, that part of the project has yet to be delivered. But instead of bitching about it, and instead of like people saying, oh, it doesn't work, or we're not going to do it, or instead of the founding team being like, this sucks, we're not, like, instead of people freaking out about it, they did the right thing and just kept moving. They started launching other things, and like nobody has thought about the thing that they haven't received yet, because there's been so much. Sorry about my mic. There's been so much value added to the project. Like it's I think every project has problems, or at least internal stuff. Like it's people are people, but I think it's the way you handle it.
Yep, that's definitely true.
I mean, the comics, Andrew. Look at comics. Like you remember like how the Image guys handled stuff, right? Like when we were growing up, like I always assumed like those Image guys were like best friends, right? Right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's like, it turns out like they probably didn't even speak to each other. Like they probably did not care two wits about each other, and they were stabbing each other in the back, or doing some like crazy stuff, right?
Well,
am I wrong?
that's why I like working with my artist. He's really easy, laid back. Never gives me any issues.
Uh-huh.
Never complains about my scripts that I write. Never,
Yeah.
ever complains. I mean,
Yeah. Why? And who is this artist, Andrew?
it's me.
Oh, gotcha.
I highly recommend working with yourself, if at all possible. But it also means your work will take years and years and years to come out because you're doing it all yourself. But oh well.
Yeah, but it could be worth it, right?
Well, it's the problem with not wanting to share.
Right.
You and me, we know all about that.
Do you have any of your books laying around?
No. No, I sure don't.
I'm trying to pitch you, buddy.
That's all right. That's all right.
So for those that don't know, I tend to wear Adidas like everywhere. So I think I'm going to draw like some weird Dexter Adidas. Let's see how that works.
I was really wondering if you were wearing a t-shirt, what you would put on the t-shirt.
Uh-huh.
If I drew a self-portrait of myself, you know what would be on my t-shirt?
Cat.
No. It would say, "Dad is gay."
Andrew Charper.
That's an inside joke.
His
No, we're not even going to tell it. We're not going to tell it.
That Andrew, you can't. Oh my God, dude.
I'm not. Please.
You got to tell people. Really quick,
That's.
It doesn't matter. It was his son who is now, how old is Mike?
He's about to turn 28.
28. When his son was just a baby, a little kid, he played a joke on me.
No, Todd.
Dude, you're not going there. It's not even that bad, but
it was a
get me in
joke
trouble.
played on me that I turned around and played it right back on you. And we used my little young son, who probably was 6 or 7 at the time, as the guinea pig for it.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
It was very sad. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes, of course. It was very funny, but it is also not appropriate.
No. Come over to my channel on Friday. I'll tell the story again.
There you go. Andrew's channel is all for that. We try to keep everything nice and peaceful here.
Peaceful. That's one way of putting it.
I don't know what to do with socks. Should I do, like, Dexter didn't really have like a sock.
Aren't you wearing shorts or pants or something?
Oh yeah, I probably should wear pants. Here. Yeah, there you go. I have like little roll-ups.
Now, is your hand behind your back? Is that what's happening?
This right here?
Yeah. Is that your right hand behind your back, or is that your left hand?
That would be my left hand.
Okay.
Mayo says, I'd work with myself, but I need someone with 5+ years experience like every other place. The Dexter's Lab version of this YouTuber is really cute looking. Oh, thank you. I'm getting there. Much better than in real life. And Ruby Thursday thought your story was pretty funny, Andrew.
Yeah, well.
Let's see. I think, I need, if I was going to, let's see, Well, hopefully I can get to inks, some inks tonight, so I can show you guys some inks. So usually, so I also like have a like, scruff. So let's.
That's very Toddish.
By the way, I got comments that said people liked the very Toddish comments. I don't totally know what that means, but people seem to like that you recognize it as Toddish, which is cool, I guess. And let's do. Should I give him a cape?
Like you wear a cape.
Let's just see. I mean, you know, in the world of adult fantasy, Andrew, anything can happen.
Uh-huh. What would this character's name be?
That is a good question. I don't actually know. I'm tempted to just say like that guy or something, but I don't know. Like that guy. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we should ask chat. We're gonna mute you for just a second, buddy. Your feedback is a little killer.
No, sorry.
No worries. Yeah. Let's see. Two-tailed says you're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That was great. Mayo says it's coming along good. Yeah, it is. I don't I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, but it's coming along. Mayo says totally Toddish. That works.
That's a good name right there.
Ruby says, okay, don't be mad. Was that a nose or the mouth? So this is the nose up here, and then he has like a little mouth. So if I was to draw his his mouth like open, it would be like this, and like some teeth, because that's very Dexter, like, right? Is that better? Can make more sense? And then let's see. Then Mayo says, I mean, his name would have to be Toddish, right? Ruby says +1 for Toddish. Oh my lord. Yes, better. Okay, great. I like how he's unsure. Like he's just kind of like nervously unsure. I think that tracks with my own personality. Yeah. 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 Let's see. What else we got? So I'm gonna I got some gray hair. And I think what I'll do is, what do you think, Andrew? How do you think it's coming? What do you think? Is Toddish the kind of.
I still don't understand the cape part, but everything else looks fantastic. I mean, that's a little self-grandizing there, don't you think?
You know, what are you talking about? I always wear a cape, dude. You know this.
Yeah, like I always draw myself with a thin neck, too.
Well, you. I don't know what to say to that, dude.
Go ahead, say it.
No, I'm not. You are a beautiful person. You are a wonderful, wonderful person. Let's see. I always liked how when he would get to Dexter, like he would or really any of those characters, like, oh, that's actually a little too big, but let me fix that. Like there really wasn't a problem with like arm length or anything like that. Like you could really kind of just like go for it, you know. See. And then, so Okay, this is where it gets really cheesy, but I'm just gonna do it because it just popped in my head. So I think, hey, Dark Vibes is here. He says character name suggestion: Drano. Right on. I'll take it. I'll take that under advisement. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna draw. Andrew, you can take yourself off me, buddy. I don't mind I don't mind the hiss, and it's okay. I want to hear your lovable breathing, your heavy breathing into the microphone.
Now you're just being mean.
So this is kind of like a little adult fantasy card that you guys will so consider this a weird sneak peek, even though it's not.
Benji, do you have to do that right in front of me?
What's your cat doing, buddy?
He says hello.
All right, so we got there's I save this thing.
I like the name Totally Toddish.
Really Toddish.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let's see if I can get some inks on this guy. So here I'll what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna export really quick. I've got like 3 screens now, so it's like hard to export as. Let's do legacy. It's easy. Just export done. All right, get that out. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for just a second. I'll put Andrew up here, and I'm gonna open it up in Adobe Animate, and we'll see if we can get some inks on it before we call it a night. I'd love to show you guys the whole process if I can. So, Andrew,
have you been inking with the new tablet?
I have. I really enjoy it. Yeah. So, I was working on a character today called General Hurricane Steel, and I worked on a character yesterday called Full Metal Jackson.
Okay.
Makes me laugh anyway. But yeah, it's actually works, man. It's good. It has, I have to say, it's not as fast as hand inking. I have, but the reason it's not as fast as hand inking is because of the limitations of Adobe Animate. Right? So like what happens is like sometimes when I'm drawing, I don't it doesn't give me the like the actual line, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Oops, hold on, give me 1 second. What I mean by that is like I'll draw and I know because I've been drawing for so long, I know I'm pulling a tight line, but then what it shows me will be actually a kind of a jaggy line, and I have to go back in and either redraw the line or I have to fix the line. If that makes sense. So,
okay.
So it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's not the end of the world. You know, it does. You know, it's not the worst thing. All right, so I'm just gonna put this. I'm just putting it in the. Here, I'll show you. I can share again. Hey, Nick Cheesy says, "Cool, Den." Thank you. I'm assuming you're talking about the backdrop. Yeah, it's just this is what happens when you spend all your money on books instead of like important things. Is inks? Tucker says, is inks just the final hard black outlines? Yeah, exactly. So, I'm old school. So, um, in Adobe Animate, what we're going to do is we're going to actually ink it. So in fact, I'll share. I think this is going to share. There we go. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to pull this out so it'll be easier to see in just a second. But yeah, it's just the black outlines. Ruby answered, yep. Awesome. Mayo says, coolio. Thanks, Ruby. Yep, there you go. So let's see. I'm going to pull this over here. Give me 1 second. And this way I'm separating out the screen so that way I can zoom in and make it bigger so you guys can actually see it. This will be interesting. Okay. All right, I think we are ready. Ruby asked, why use different software? That's a really good question. So the reason that I'm using different software is that Photoshop is really good. I mean, everyone uses different things. There's Procreate is really popular right now. So is Mega Studio Pro or Clip Studio. It's the same program. Those are really popular for comic artists. It gives like a really good ink line. I don't totally need that for this, so I'm using Photoshop just because I'm super familiar with it and I can just draw it. And Photoshop is really great for bitmap, for really detailed stuff. But for vector drawing, which is how the classic animation stuff is done, the reason you want it vector is because vector doesn't pixelate, so you can actually like scale it up or down to any scale. I could take this drawing once it's inked in Animate and I could make it the size of a billboard and it would be completely crisp and sharp. So it's really cool for especially like that Cartoon Network animation, because like I'll show you, like if I sit here and I draw, let me just draw like a fat line. I'm gonna get a guess this is like a 9 or something. If I draw like a nice fat line, like that's super crisp, right? You can't really get that type of style inside of Photoshop. And again, if I continue to zoom up with it, there's no pixelation. Like you can already kind of see. Can I make it bigger? Yeah, you can actually see the pixelation of the pink line, the purple line, which is the Photoshop image that I popped in. I just quickly popped in to Animate. But no matter how big I make the vector image, it's always going to be super sharp. Like if that's as big as I can zoom in, but it's always going to be sharp. And so, especially for animation, it just makes it super nice, right? And it's in terms of rendering and file size, it's way smaller. So you had the benefit of a smaller file size and the plus of cleaner animation. And really, the beginning of the entire industry for vector animation was the pencil testing. Like, so we worked on a show. That's not going to work. We worked on a show. The very first. Check this out. So the very first attempt was something called the BRAC show, and the BRAC show was well, it started BRAC. So there you go. But the interesting thing about the way that show is put together, and no one ever talks about. I mean, as far as I know, there's never been any interest in it, which is crazy. But they wanted to do a Flash style of show, but Flash hadn't been invented. So how can I say this? So what they wanted to do was they knew they had a show called BRAC, and it was going to star BRAC, and BRAC was going to be in every single episode of the show because he was the host, he was the star. So they didn't want to animate him a million times. What they wanted to do was to be able to reuse all of these body parts across the entire series. So if Brack was dancing in one scene and then moving his arm in another, they wanted to be able to go back and find these arms and find these legs and be able to like reuse these elements, right? Super common today. Totally not, never happened before the Brack show. The Brack show was the very first time it was ever used. And so what we had to do for the Brack show was still traditionally drawn. So we had to sit there and draw all these body parts and log all these different body parts, if that makes sense. We had to like just stacks of arms from all these crazy, like just all these crazy perspectives, because these 400 arms would only work with Brack's body when Brack's body was, say, bent over, right? So different positions had different arms and different legs and different pieces. It was crazy. So I should probably like actually look what I'm drawing. So like it was really insane. And it was incredibly difficult. And the worst thing that would happen would like, I remember like there would be like interns walking with stacks and stacks of arms, and all of a sudden they trip. You know what I mean? And just like all these, shots and shots of body parts would just intermingle, and they'd have to sit there for the rest of the afternoon and reorganize stuff. So Mayo says, love the Brack show. Oops, it moved. Love the Brack show. Haven't watched, heard of that in a while. Yeah, man, Brack show was classic. Driving down Highway 40 in my big old pickup truck is still one of my favorite songs. Wasn't the pilot for Aqua Teen done in Final Cut Pro? I think so. I don't remember. I believe so. Yeah. I mean, it's just like the original South Park was really done with cutout paper, right? Like they were really just experimenting and trying to do it cheap. That was the best stuff. I mean, I know South Park was Comedy Central, but that was all like the really cool stuff happening back then, like experimentation and how you could actually animate something on the fly. RoboChow says there was something about Aqua Teen and Brack that gave me the impression it was all put together in the video editor. It totally was. It was never, there was no money in it, man. There was no money in that stuff. Like nobody had any idea of financial gain or, I mean, like it was like a free for all. It's hard. It's like kind of a crazy time, man. Like I remember, so I actually ended up designing a character called Meatwad for Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And the way it happened was just like, I was at Turner and I was working, like everybody else. And they came in and they were like, yeah, we want you to draw this character. And he's a ball of meat. I was like, what? Yeah. He's for a new show. And he's just like, are you serious? Like, cause you got to understand, like, when you're an animator, at Cartoon Network, especially during that time, like we all wanted to do our own shows. And so you're just like, so I can't get my own show. That doesn't look good. I can't get my own show, but but you're gonna green light something like a ball of meat. All right, cool. But yeah, so I sat there and like, it wasn't just me. There was like 2 or 3 of us that were just drawing like balls of meat with like buck teeth and trying to make stuff up, and there was no rules. It was just like, yeah, see what you can come up with. Like, all right. Andrew, did you ever watch Aqua Teen?
Nope, and I never heard of the Brack show either, but I'm looking at images of it right now, and I remember seeing promos for it, but I never watched it. So you guys were just way more cooler than I was.
No, cool. No, it was just trying to pay the bills, man.
And as you can see, my wife's cat he's focused on something behind me, and he's got to stand right in front of me.
Yeah, what is he focused on? That's
I don't know.
Like, yeah. Robochow says these guys call that compositing. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, um, yeah, I mean, technically it's compositing for sure. I mean, sometimes we were certainly using like After Effects back then and stuff like early versions of After Effects and stuff. Um, Mayo says, "Who needs money when you have MF Doom rapping about you back then?" That's true, for sure. Yeah, I think I posted a video of Black Eyed, like the spot we did for Black Eyed Peas. That was fun. Not totally, MF Doom was freaking awesome.
Kind of off subject, but still talking about animation. Have you checked out the new Star Wars Vision show on Disney Plus?
Is it out yet?
It is out.
Okay,
all 8 or 9 episodes are available right now.
Oh yeah, I need to look at that like post haste.
Okay. The wife and I watched the first episode. Which was pretty cool.
Is it good?
That's all I'll say. Yeah.
These are pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Pretty cool is that's not like, oh my god,
No. Wasn't oh my god, it was like, this is cool.
All right, I'll take that. That's like, I have to say I'm actually really, really excited about it. I think it's gonna be like, I love, like, my favorite anime of all time are the
shouldn't that be a smaller incline?
Maybe I probably should. I'm actually not looking at any Dexter efforts. I probably should.
Okay.
I think classic.
I think the glasses should be thicker, but the inside facial features,
yeah, you're probably right.
Will be thinner lines.
You're probably right. You are probably right.
Yeah,
look at that. Andrew's looking at it.
It's making the nose stand out way too much.
Yeah, it is. It is.
By the way, I know in his hand that's a card.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at it, it looks like he got his thumb trapped in a mouse trap.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be floating, but I
know, but it looks like he's like holding up his thumb with a mouse trap on it. Yeah. And that's what I see.
Thanks, Andrew. God, it's great. Great friends. Great friends. Friends are great.
Are honest.
Yes, they are honest. No. I will probably move that for sure. I'm also trying to I'm probably going to finish this like offline. I do want to get it. I do want to finish it. But I don't know how deep I can go. I also don't want to bore people to death. Let's see. So I think. Look at that stupid brush. Come on. There we go. Oh. See, this is the only problem with like the brushes. It's like they don't they give me like a nice thick to thin, but I can't end on a fat thing. So what I have to do is I have to fake it. So if I really want to do like a big point, oh, that's going to do that to me. So yeah, this is another thing that sometimes Adobe Animate does. It doesn't let me get my points. That's not the best fade, but it'll do for right now. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Just do it. We'll just do flat for now.
It definitely looks wonky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing, man. Sometimes I can usually I can blend it in really nice. See how it's like, dude, that's a glitch. Like, see how it's like when I get in there, it's cutting it out. So you can see how it stops there and it moves the line back. That's actually that's an animate glitch. It's a flash. It's been there forever. If I was to stop the program, if I was to exit the program and then come back, it would be done. It would work fine. It's just the weirdest thing ever, right? But what are you gonna do?
The brim of the hat also looks really weird when it's the outside is the thicker line and the inside it's lighter.
Yeah.
I think it was better the way you had it.
All right, I'll take your word for it, bud.
I'm just saying.
No, you're good.
It's distracting the eye.
I know
what it is doing.
Well, I also normally like take my time and like, usually this would take me several hours because I'm like really freaking slow. Not slow, just like really anal about my art. So
Yes.
you know that. All right, so I'll do something. So Mayo says, never a bore, at least for me. I love watching this kind of stuff. Makes me want to draw and get better at it. Yeah, man, for sure. Like I can honestly say that it's like, I mean, hell, I was able to. Oh Jesus, look at that teeth. I was able to make a life out of it. So
See, it makes me want to draw, but then again, I don't want to show up the host. So
well,
You
yeah.
know.
Andrew's a fantastic artist.
yeah.
Andrew's really good. Let's do.
You
So
know,
I know my inks are going to be a little off model tonight, guys. But like I said, I do want to try to. I'd rather try to get something kind of done for you guys as opposed. Oh, jeez. At least kind of done for you guys as opposed to like.
that was good.
You guys see the final. It'll be on model, I promise.
Did you put up the final version of that one character you were working on for our first stream?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. I put it up with spoilers.
Where's it at? On Twitter or?
Nope, it's on. Everything's on Discord.
Oh, I'm not. Well, I think I do. I think I am in your Discord. I just haven't been in there forever.
Are you? I need to get you on. We need to get you on there if you're not. I think you did sign up.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your name?
Probably Misfit Corner.
Okay. All right, let's see if I can. So this is going to be a nightmare. So the other thing, I'll give you a little Adobe Animate tip. So like one of the challenges is like when you do curves, Adobe Animate doesn't like that. So usually with curves like this, like the bottom of his glasses, I would use a line tool, but I'm going to try to draw it just to see what it does. Let's see if it gives me that wonky stuff, or if it gives me tight. Actually, it was pretty tight. That's actually nice. All right, I'll take it. Oh,
Those look totally off balance.
thanks, Andrew. I love you.
Well, I would draw the one on one side and then copy it into the other.
Yeah, I know you would. Well, I could. Yeah, all right. I don't mind the art critic. See, I take criticism with a grain of salt. So.
I'm not criticizing. I'm telling you how to do it right.
Hey, every artist needs a good editor. Isn't that right? Let's see what it looks like. I think it might be a little too big, but let's try it.
You know, whenever I do a self-portrait, where I would draw myself as a caricature, when I draw the glasses, it's always perfect circles, and I use a circle template.
Yeah, I do too.
And it's the same size circle. So
I'm actually what's interesting is I'm actually considering I have all of my old school templates, and there's no reason why you can't just lay a template on a drawing tablet and just use it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know why people don't do that. It's kind of, I mean, I guess it's kind of like weird. It's like, oh, well, I'm using a digital tablet. Maybe everything should be digital. But if you have a template, like some of those French curves are perfect. Like I was saying the other day, like a 55-degree template is a 55-degree template is the Powerpuff Girl head, and you can't freehand that. You just can't. So, if you want, you draw it once and you have it, which is great. That's all you would do is you throw your 55-degree template on here, draw the oval and group it so you'd have it, and then or make it a symbol or something, and then you would have it permanently and you wouldn't have to do it again. See, Andrew made me, my editor over here made me like,
I was going to say, you walked that up.
Andrew's enjoying this.
Actually, you know what? I should have said, man, you wannish that.
Oh.
Ah. No, that looks actually great. I'm just wondering how you're going to draw gray hairs on the character.
Well, I would probably do that with color, right? I would probably do it with color. I would just be like, see what
draw the hair in black and then put white streaks through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got to get you a better headset, bud.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at some this weekend. I just forgot.
See, I would do a little bit of a brush. Let's see if I can get. No, that's a little weird, but let's do the big one. Let's see what happens. It's all right. Oh. Let's move back. So, I'll show you. So, I'm tempted to do them as pencil lines because it really, it's not like Dexter's Lab ever had, well, I guess they would have had. I guess I'm sure they had someone with facial hair. I'm betting that they did just lines. I don't think they would have done it with like this, like brush lines. I bet they would have done flat. Without me looking up, I don't remember off the top of my head. What do you guys think? Should I do chat? What does chat think? Should I do like a pencils? Oh, geez, I could do pencils. And kind of keep it like flat. Like back in the day, if this was a thing, I would totally just use a pencil tool. Like, it would look like this.
I think those lines are too thick.
Yeah, I can thin them out. Let's try it. I agree. That's the other thing that's really different. I'll just do it again. It's easier. That's the other thing that's really different. Is like we always use the same pens for all these different jobs. So we would have like a point, like the number, like we had we just used micron pens. So it was like 0.1, which we almost never used. 0.3, which was with the one I used pretty much all the time, and that was pretty much all of the lines. And then 0.5 was the thick one, and we would do that for like all the outside stuff, or for filling in stuff, All right, let's do this. See, now it's giving me wonky lines. Like, why is it giving me wonky? Like, I am not drawing those that wonky. This is one of the only issues with Adobe Animate, man, is like my lines are way tighter than it can capture, and it really pisses me off sometimes. Like when it draws a straight line, it really looks great, and it saves me time. It really does. But like I didn't draw these lines that wonky. It's just that the sensitivity either can't capture it, or I'm pulling too fast or something. I don't know. Oh man. All right. Let's see. And now I think the side of his head, actually, the hair should be like thicker.
Good thing he's wearing that baseball cap, huh?
Seriously. Although I really enjoyed, like, that was actually my favorite part of Dexter was the his hair, because he has these curls, and those were like big thick to thin lines, like just big thick to thin lines that were really nice. Um, yeah, I really dig the Powerpuff Girl Dexter Laboratory style. I wish it was still, I don't know, not in style, but I wish more animators and artists would use it. Um, it's such a good style. Here, I'll show you kind of like how I used to do stuff. Like one of the ways we used to do, how would I do it now? I'd do like probably a line tool, probably just a one. So what I used to do is like, and this is how I used to do all my inks. So if I wanted to do thick to thin, I would draw this with a pen. This is how I would draw it with a pen. And then I would sit there, I mean, I wouldn't obviously be able to do it just like this, but I would have a template. I would find a circle or something that kind of took me around the edge. I don't know why this is whack and wonky. Damn it. Oh, what that? But I would go around and I would find a template that I'll just draw this way. Just like this. Right? And then I would sit there and I would straight up just like draw it in, like let me make that 3 or something so I don't go crazy. But then I would sit there and just like all day, just like sketch it in. And this is how I used to.
It's definitely one way to do it.
Yeah, it's painful, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it works. So again, it's only harder now because, believe it or not, like, because it's not real, like the tablet doesn't capture like all the little stuff I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? It tries to approximate. So it misses things, which is really interesting. Because it's just not meant, to do this. It's this would be in Photoshop you could probably do that better. And then I would fix that. Right? And so if I zoomed out, it looks like a Dexter, right? I still have to thicken that up a little bit, but
And to make it worth your time, you'd have to charge $1 million.
$1 million.
Because you're slow.
I'm not slow. Dude, this is the way it always goes. It's the way it always goes. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the drawing done on the stream.
Well, it's awesome looking so far, just so you know.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. but I will finish it, and I will post it, and I will make it on model, like in terms of ink style and everything. It's just a lot easier to, if I'm going to go back and consider this kind of like a rough sketch for the final. You know what I mean? Because I have to, like, I'm not really looking at any Dexter reference, so I have to look. Like, I remember, I mean, it's kind of coming back to me now, like the thickness around his head. I don't want to screw up the drawing, but like the thickness around his head would also have a thick to thin. So the outside of his cheek would be fat, and then towards the point of the chin, it would also be thin. So it's kind of like it's like a fat brush stroke, right? It's definitely more like this hand. Mayo says
You definitely need a curly Q coming out of underneath the hat.
a curly Q.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me add that. You mean like a hair?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't totally. A curly Q. All right, let's see what I got.
Like Dexter's.
Well, Dexter would have like a. I mean, I don't know how it would be, because Dexter had, like, if I remember, his was like that. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
it was a big, and then, well, it was like that, and I think it had like a couple of like something like that.
You just drew it upside down. The curly Qs are at the bottom.
Okay, yeah, right, because it was like, and the 3 though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
2 curly Qs.
Yeah. Right. Do you think I need one? Like right here, like that? I don't know. I don't know how I would show it.
I don't know either. No.
What if I just drew like worry marks? a little more worry marks. Oh yeah. This is St. Andrew. This is DD. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna let me get a little bit of that torso done, then maybe we'll call it. And like I said, I will put this on model. I just wanted to kind of show you guys the process and get your feedback and let you know that I'm listening to you. Like, I think I talked to some of the team, but I think we might have some plans for this guy.
Tucker's got a good idea. He says, what about a patch on the front of the hat, and it's a curly Q patch?
Oh, a curly Q patch.
Or like a square, and then have a curly Q through the middle of it.
I think I understand. Let me see. That's right. The Andrew of Discord. That's right. So a patch on the front of the hat, and it's a curly Q patch. I think what he means is actually like an actual like something that was kind of like an actual. You don't mean like an actual hole where the curls are coming out, do you? Or do you mean like a patch, like a. I'm just sketching here. Like, let me just like a curly Q like that. No, that doesn't look good. Andrew's, hold on. Let me see what Andrew's got it. Let's see what he's got. Hold on, let me put Andrew up here. It looks like a butt. Is that it? Mayo, what do you think? Does Andrew have it? No. You got the idea. Okay, so Mayo says. Okay, so now clarification, Mayo. Did I get the idea, or did Andrew, put yours back up there.
No, see, that looks like you're drawing his hair in a patch.
Andrew got the
All
idea.
I've got is a little curlicue in the patch, but you would do it like.
Got it. I see it. Andrew, he said Andrew got the idea. So
Okay.
Andrew, you win. So all right, let's do it. Okay. Let me get this done. Let's see. All right. So
More like this.
okay. Right on.
So it kind of looks like a cursive E, but it's actually one of the curly hoops from Dexter.
Got it. Kind of like
Some people would get it and some people wouldn't, but it doesn't matter.
got it. So it's kind of like a little tribute. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
If they're not able to tell simply based on the design.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So it was kind of a show me to me one more time, Andrew. Show me yours. Yeah, I'll put you on.
Just
full.
put it in the trash. Hold on.
Oh no, you can't put it in the trash. It's gorgeous. I just want to see you because you had it at an angle. Got it. Okay. Let's see. Try it again. Kind of like that. Oh, sorry, I'm not full screen.
You're not sharing.
The little two kind.
No.
That's good.
Close. I mean, I might make it bigger, but yeah, you're in the right area.
Bigger. The patch bigger or the thing, the curly Q bigger?
The patch, I think.
All right, let me do the patch. So let me group it. Oop. Like that.
It does look like a baby's butt, but that's funny.
I like it. It's a Dexter. It's a baby Dexter butt.
Yep.
That works. Other Andrew says, what drawing tool did you use? So I used Photoshop for the underdrawing, which I did at the beginning of tonight. So if you go back and watch the beginning, you'll see me draw it in Photoshop, and then I just exported it and dragged it. This is Adobe Animate. So I'm using Vector to just kind of play around and show some different techniques, really. I'm using fat lines, and I mean, you can see it's really right now it's kind of off model, but I will put it on model after hours. But you can kind of see I'm using flat, kind of big flat inks for over here, and then I was kind of demoing a little bit of thick to thin, like how we used to do it back in the day, which is super tedious. But it's also like the way I'm used to it, which is sad. It's like, oh yeah, you're used to doing like all the super tedious stuff.
You also need two little hairs coming out right above your ear.
Above my ear?
Yeah, you know how he has them on the back of his head? You need them coming out there.
Like that? Like right there?
No, above the ear.
You're losing me, bro. Like above the ear, like right here?
No.
It's a bit. Mayo says it's a bit buttish, but it works. Yeah, I'll fix it. I will play with it. I will play with it a little bit. We'll see what happens. Okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
Something like that.
All right. And Andrew says, "Is it a pen display?" Yep. I actually just purchased it because I've been doing it old school, like with an old school Wacom, where your pen. Let me get on camera. Like your pen is like over here off screen, and you look over here, like the one that wasn't fully interactive. This is like I'm drawing on the screen. I'm not using a Cintiq. It's actually called a Huion, Huion. It's actually pretty good. It's cheaper than Wacom. I just wanted to kind of try it out, and I knew I could get it here fast, and I really like it, man. It's actually a pretty good display. It's really I'm very pleased with it. It's very good. I mean, honestly, if you wanted to really make this more like me, it would be like the hair would be like kind of coming out of the ears a little bit. But
oh, see, I wasn't going to go there, but okay. But it would be gray hairs coming out of the ears.
Yeah, I know, and the nose and pretty much every other part of your body. But that's just an age thing. Nobody wants to need to hear about that.
Yep.
It's an age thing. All right.
Well, no, it's a Wanish thing.
It's a Wanish thing. It probably is. My kids will have hair too coming out of every pore. See, I know that line's gonna be too thick, but I'm just gonna pop it in for tonight. I don't want to draw that right now. I'm just gonna stick to this. So what do you think, Andrew?
I think it's a really, really good start. It's going to be hilarious.
I think so too. I think I'm gonna bring this. I may bring this to the team tomorrow and see if we can do something with it. What do you guys in chat think? You like this stuff? Should we do more of it? Kind of like more live character creation. Andrew says
you should do one for each of the team members, but in a different animated style, recognizable animated style. Like yours is Dexter Laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
Like do Ruby Thursday and like a Powerpuff Girls, type thing.
There you go.
Do it.
You just want me to work hard. Oh, maybe I can. Let's see if I can get this brush. Let's see if I can experiment with a little bit and see. I go with fat brush. See, this is not the problem with this is the other thing. Like that's not totally on model. Like the way that the brush is really good. It's just it's not as natural as I'd like it to be. But anyway, I think I'm fading out just a little bit for the night. But
yep, I agree.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just leave it. I'll leave it like this. So there you go. We got
save it so you don't lose it.
Yep, let me save it. So we made some good progress. We drew it from scratch in Photoshop. We exported it. We brought it in to Adobe Animate. We started working on it. I'm also going to be. I'll show you guys some. We'll get into some color demos in a little while down the road. So I'll show you how to do color and how we do all this stuff. Yeah, we'll just keep going. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This was straight from Discord. So this was, I hadn't even thought of this, and then you guys brought it up, and I love it. I think this is a tremendous amount of fun. I will put this on model, so the final will look different. I'll probably change the drawing a little bit, probably get it all thick to thin, make it look nice and tight and very, very much the way it should. But I wanted to show you the process. I just wanted to, work on it with you guys. And I love you guys keeping me company. So Andrew, thank you so much. Mayo says, hell yeah, y'all. Good stream. Thanks, Todd and Andrew. Love seeing these. Awesome, Mayo. And you are awesome in Discord. And I appreciate you very much. We're working on, I keep saying we're working on great stuff, but we are. And as I said at the beginning of the stream, we got some good things coming up this week. This week, we should be getting the website up as well as a white paper. The white paper is pretty much done. The website is pretty much done. We're just waiting for some animation to really just to show exactly what's going to happen with these cards, because they actually do something when you get them. These NFTs evolve over time, and that is all I'm going to say right now. This is a big project, man. This is a big deal. So Andrew says you're welcome. No, yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate it, all you guys. Yeah, with that, I will see you guys on Discord. Also, Friday, check the schedule we posted in sticky notes. But Friday, crack of dawn, 8 a.m. Shiraboom, aka Melissa, is going to be doing her live coding. So again, if you just want to hang out, if you want to have some morning coffee while and with us, feel free. We'd love to have you. And she's working on the front end stuff, contract stuff, and she's down to help as well. If you have interest in your own projects, ask your way. You know, that's what we're here for. We try to be as open as we can about stuff. So yeah, with that, I will say thank you guys very much. I will see you in Discord. Andrew, let me put you up here.
Yeah.
Buddy, thank you as always, man. I love having you here. Andrew's Comic Shop, I'm trying to get him to do mail order. And if we're lucky, maybe we can get Andrew to do some drawing, and just maybe, you'll see more of his stuff in Discord as well, because I'm going to get him to push some stuff, because Andrew's stuff is great.
All right. Good night.
All right, guys. Love you. Take care. See you soon.